Dr. James here, clinical nutritionist, clinical herbalist, and psychotherapist. Ladies, is it possible to reverse diabetes? The answer to that is yes, it's totally possible. Now, to do that, the first thing to know is what's causing the damage, though. So I want to introduce you to a new term that you may not have heard before called glycosylation. Now, this is a condition where you're taking sugar and a molecule and you're binding it to a protein molecule. Now, when you combine sugar to a protein in a certain environment, you render that protein unavailable to the body because it creates a permanent bond. But not only that, you make certain proteins pathogenic. Now, let me explain. You've heard about good cholesterol and you've heard about bad cholesterol, right? Good cholesterol is HDL and bad cholesterol is called LDL. Now, those are not really cholesterol particles at all. What they are, though, are cargo ships, transporters, low density lipoprotein. They are proteins and they have cholesterol in them, rather. They also have triglycerides, but the LDL itself is a lipoprotein. So it can carry the cholesterol through the blood, and the LDL itself, being this, is so-called bad cholesterol. It's not really bad unless you expose it, though, to a lot of sugar, because you're going to create this effect where you bond sugar to the protein and you make it pathogenic. And it's going to stick to your arteries. Now, one more term called AGEs, Advanced Glycation End Product. Now, these are proteins that are sticky and they clog up things and they block the blood flow from the nervous system and also other parts of the body. But the AGE are the end product of having this high sugar with the combination of certain proteins. The hemoglobin is the protein that carries oxygen through the blood. Now, one of the ways that doctors look at diabetes is through this A1C test. But what it will show you is not enough exposure to this protein. It's on a scale and you want it low and not high. But this is one of the ways they look at how diabetes is through this test called the A1C test. Now, then we have neuropathy. This is a situation where you have nerve damage. Now, it usually shows up in peripheral nerves first, the bottom of your toes and fingertips, and then they go numb, they're burning, they're tingling, and what's happening is these sticky proteins, sugar molecules, are blocking the blood vessels to the nervous system, killing off the nerves. And then we have problems inside the artery walls. We have problems with glucose saturating the lens of the eye, causing cataracts, glucose creating problems in the protein in the circulation that goes to the retina, causing diabetic retinopathy, which is one of the leading causes of blindness with diabetes, and also glaucoma and many other different problems with the eye. Now, your connective tissue, because it is a protein, becomes affected. Now, for example, you have this fascia. Now, for this sheet of connective tissue underneath the foot called plantar fascia, and you can develop plantar fasciitis. Now, which is basically that the fascia is contracting, causing a lot of pain. And then you can see this in a diabetic where their arch is going higher and higher because that fascia is contracting. Now, then you actually end up with what we call a hematoma. And a lot of problems, not only to mention infections, but also food for bacteria is sugar. So you'll see increase with the sugar, and it's a perfect environment for bacteria to grow, for fungus to grow, for yeast to grow. And this is why diabetics have a lot of infections. Now, also, you see a higher incidence of getting toenail fungus with diabetics because of the sugar. Now, sugar is feeding fungus, and there's another condition called gastroparesis. Now, what is that? That's a situation with your digestive system. just really sluggish, and you're not processing that quickly, and that has to do with the damage of the vagus nerve, because with diabetes, the nervous system is one of the big targets. Now, you have problems with the brain, the nervous system, the kidney, the vascular system, and the eye. All right, so now you have some data on how tissues of the body are damaged from diabetes. The question is, how do you reverse it? How do you reverse diabetes? Number one, you have to lower the sugar. Number one, lower the sugar. What is diabetes, though? It's a condition of high sugar. Now, you must get sugar out of the diet, and now that's different from fructose. I'm talking about fruit sugar, right? Fructose. Now, you can do an all-fruit diet and not use the pancreas. Give the pancreas a rest because you want to detox the pancreas. You want to heal the pancreas, and you want to cleanse the pancreas, but also the liver. What we can do is take a liver out and not use the pancreas at all, because pancreas normally break down proteins, right? So you want to get rid of that, and you want to use the liver route. Now, you can reverse diabetes unless you do not do that, then you can get rid of diabetes. Now, the other thing you want to do is intermittent fasting. Now, these are some of the most effective ways of stopping the damage that will also decrease the blood sugar and force the body to run on fat fuel, and that's the number one thing you want to do. The problem is that the damage is already done in your body is irreversible. So what do we have to do? We have to give it time for those nerves and tissues to regenerate and to replace themselves. And that could take 3 to 4 months for a lot of the tissues. It may take a longer time, especially if it's part of the nervous system, because the nerves only grow 1 millimeter per day. Okay, that's not very fast to get those nerves back and regenerated. However, there are some things that can speed up that process. Now, there are 2 main nutrients that I'm going to recommend that I've been knowing to have great success. This one is simple fat-soluble B1. It's a different form than the water-soluble B1. Now, I would recommend taking higher amounts of 4 capsules per day of that because it's fat-soluble and will go into the nervous system, into the fat layer around the nerve, absorbs into the brain 25 times better than the regular water-soluble B1. Now, this is really important. Now, another one, which is called alpha lipoic acid. Now, I would recommend taking 600 milligrams 3 times a day, but that's what you're going to need to start to speed up the reversal of the damage of the nerves. But it all starts with changing your diet. Now, you got to get the sugar out of your diet and go on a low carb diet, and make sure you do some intermittent fasting. Now, listen, ladies, we're going to partner. I'm your partner. I'm totally committed to you getting better, committed to you healing from diabetes, reversing diabetes, totally committed. Call my office, 240-383-4800. If you found this to be helpful for you, please let me know. Now, follow me on IG. Follow me on TikTok. Follow me on Facebook. I need your help. And we're going to get it together because I'm going to help you. We're going to get it together because I'm going to help you. I'm committed to you, ladies. I'm committed to you. Every woman that I can address, you are going to reverse diabetes. You're going to heal. You're going to reverse that damage. Your nerves are going to heal. You're going to get better. We're going to team up and do it. Remember, follow me on IG. Follow me on TikTok. Follow me on Facebook. And call my office, 240-383-4800. We also have a very great diabetic reversal kit, healing kit, health kit that you're going to love. It can help you. So I'm going to talk to you soon. Dr. James, and I'm looking forward to seeing you very soon.